Our backyard gazebo and stairway has seen better days. Years of sun, rain, and everyday wear left the wood faded, dry, and full of splinters. It didn't need to be replaced, but it definitely needed some serious TLC. The wood was dry, faded, and worn down from years of sun and rain, but this stain brought it back to life. I started by cleaning and lightly sanding the surfaces to make sure the stain would apply evenly and last. Cabot has over 100 shades to choose from, so it was easy to find the perfect one. I picked a color that highlighted the natural grain while adding rich, protective color. What I loved most about the one coat application, it went on smoothly with no brush marks, and it gave me a beautiful, even finish in just one pass. Since it's oil-based, the performance is top-notch. This is the kind of product the pros go for. It resists moisture and UV damage, which is perfect for outdoor wood that takes a beating from the weather. In the end, the gazebo and stairs look brand new, and the wood's natural beauty still shines through. If you're looking to upgrade your outdoor space, try Cabot Semi-Transparent Stain and Sealer for an easy, long-lasting solution you can tackle in a weekend. Thanks to Cabot for sponsoring this video.
When you've lived in your home for a while, your deck starts to tell its story. Ours has tales of summer parties, late night laughs, and more than a few DIY adventures. It was looking tired, faded, and so hot you'd have to do a little dance to your chair. That's when we knew this deck needed a refresh, something to restore it and make it feel like new again. Started by scraping all the old, peeling stain from the deck boards to get down to a clean surface. Followed that up with a thorough power wash. The goal here was to remove any remaining loose stain, along with dirt, grime, and any buildup that had settled into the wood over time. When power washing, it's important to find the right balance. You want enough pressure to clean the boards effectively, but not so much that you damage or splinter the wood. Then we headed to the store to check out our stain options, and that's when we found Cabot's heat-reducing solid color stain and sealer with Cool Feel technology. It comes in 3 uniquely perfect colors, and we decided on the Hampton Gray. Headed home, and before jumping right in, we swept the deck off one more time to be sure it was free of any new dirt or debris, and we were ready to transform this deck. This Hampton Gray color is going to be perfect to maintain the current color scheme, but give it a clean, refreshed look. This stain is built for serious summer durability. The Cool Feel technology blocks UV rays, deflects the sun's heat, and reduces surface temperature by 20 degrees. We all know that makes a huge difference when walking barefoot in the middle of July. It went on smooth, really bringing out that natural wood grain, and the coverage was excellent. Halfway through, and you can really see it evening out the old mismatched boards, truly filling in those hairline cracks, and the rich matte finish looks incredible. Just look at this side-by-side transformation. We also picked up the Cabot deck staining brush, which fit perfectly into our standard paint pole and made the whole process super easy and comfortable. The brush gave us great control, especially when getting in between boards, and really helped speed things up. This Cabot heat-reducing solid color stain and sealer completely transformed our tired, weathered deck in just a few hours. Before staining, the boards were faded, patchy, and uneven in color. Years of sun and wear and tear left them in really rough shape. Some were splintered, others had stain just clinging to the surface. It lost that inviting feeling it once had. But after just one coat of Cabot's Cool Feel stain, the difference was dramatic. The rich Hampton Gray color gave it a clean, cohesive look, and the matte finish made that wood grain pop. What once looked dull and neglected now looks modern, fresh, and pulled together like a brand new deck. It's the transformation you don't even need to explain. Just look at it. The color, the finish, and even the feel underfoot are completely different. Once everything was dry, we moved the furniture back up and it was time to enjoy this space again. And let me tell you, it's not just a marketing claim. The difference is real. We can walk barefoot without doing the hot foot shuffle, and even the dog is happy to lounge here now. It not only looks great, it performs great too. It's waterproof, easy to rinse clean, and with the advanced UV protection, we know it'll stay looking this good through many more summers. Cabot's Cool Feel stain checked every box. If your deck is looking worn, this is your solution.
Grab a bucket of Cabot stain. You're going to want to see what I do with it. I gathered 1x3 boards from my local store and made all the crosscuts with a miter saw. Then I set my saw to a 45-degree angle and cut the board ends. These pieces will be my framework and support pieces. Next, I broke down a sheet of 3/4-inch plywood using a circular saw. Then cut those pieces to required size for my trays. Here are all the parts you need. You can find the exact measurements for this build in our blog post. Next, I moved on to building the trays. I made pocket holes on the stretcher pieces and the plywood tray base. Using 3/4-inch plywood as the base and 1x3 pine boards as sides, I assembled the tray with wood glue and pocket screws. Then I sanded the whole tray smooth with 220 grit sandpaper and cleaned it thoroughly to prep for staining. Cabot has a great selection of stains. I sampled a few shades and picked Moonlight Mahogany for the spray. I applied the oil stain with a brush and let it dry. The finish may appear uneven after the first coat, but the second coat adds protection and achieves a uniform color and depth. It also covers any old stains and mismatched boards. Let the wood dry in open air for 3 to 5 days and use the stain only with adequate ventilation. Next, I made a half lap joint to construct an X-frame. Using my crosscut jig and setting the desired height on my circular saw, I cut halfway through the marked location. Then cleared the wood with a chisel. I repeated this process for the other pieces of the X-frame too. I also drilled an inset on one end of my frame pieces to seat the 1-inch diameter handle rod. I sanded all the frame pieces smooth with 220 grit sandpaper. It's a very important step to get our finishing right. I picked the shade Deep Forest from Cabot's Solid Stain collection to finish my frame pieces. This solid stain is available in 100 colors. The best part is, this product is trusted by pros and requires only one coat. Apply it with a brush and let it dry in open air for 3 to 5 days. This stain and sealer is long-lasting, waterproof, provides advanced UV protection and exceptional washability. Once dry, I assembled the X-frame with some glue and screws. Then I added handle rod and connected the X-frame with stretcher pieces. Finally, I placed the trays on the bottom and the top of the frame. Secured them with screws from underneath. To ease the mobility of this cart, I installed L-angle caster wheels, 2 of which have brakes for stability. And there you have it, a beautiful and functional bar cart ready to elevate my entertaining space. I even added a couple of holders to keep the bottles in place. Thanks to Cabot for sponsoring this video. My cart not only looks stunning but will withstand the test of time. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more DIY projects.